Now, these are some people who are really nomadic. They live in villages right on the beach, right on the water, but they're not permanent necessarily, and they're just shacks. And we drove into this in a very narrow dirt road, and dogs and cats and chickens and kids running around all over the place. And it was pretty depressing seeing the way these children in particular lived. And we pulled up, and there's actually a house. It was a fairly nice house, brick and mortar and so forth. And out on the porch, they were getting ready to show the children's version of the Jesus film. And so they had about, I think it was 33 kids watching this, young people. And their parents were ringing the place, so they got to see it as well. And of those 33, 18 accepted Christ.
Just the response that children, adults, all ages have to the Jesus film when they see the love of Christ, the hope of the gospel right before their eyes. We've been coming to Grace for about 18 years. Yeah, time's going so fast. And during that time, we had some interest in missions, coming to some presentations, and
we retired thinking that we would travel and do all of the typical United States retirement things, buy a camper or mobile home, drive across the country, visit our kids, and that didn't work out. But God had us in Thailand on a vacation.
Was in, 2018, the year Doug retired. We were traveling with our daughter, and I was up on the 22nd floor in this high rise. It was morning, I had my coffee, the city was just coming awake, the sounds were coming up. And I heard voices rising on the air singing, "Great is thy faithfulness." And I just felt, at that time, I didn't know where that was going to lead us, but I just felt like God was saying, look, in this country, even now, it's less than 0.5% Christian in Thailand. But he was saying, I'm here. And I just felt like that was a great big, hug from God. It was unbelievable what God did. We went to a presentation here in the local community in 2019 on the Jesus Film Project. And from there, God just grabbed our hearts, and everywhere we turned, it was Jesus Film and Thailand.
This passage of Scripture has come true today, as you heard it being read.
The Scripture come true?
But only the Messiah can fulfill that promise.
How shall we know?
Doubtless you'll quote the proverb to me.
We're project managers for producing new Jesus Film versions in various languages.
Yeah, we're in language strategies. That's our department.
Basically, the Gospel of Luke in film form.
Yeah.
If a people group has a book of Luke, it can be dropped into the script can be fleshed out, and a movie can be dubbed. And if they don't have any type of gospel, we can still do an oral script translation where they can see the life of Jesus on the screen, get the gospel, even though they're maybe from a tribe that has no scripture whatsoever. So in their own language.
And it's critical that it is in their own language, because then it can be their God. It's not, the white man's God or the Westerner's God. It is, in fact, mine. Jesus is speaking my language.
Right.
It really has an impact on these people.
Some of them don't have a written language. Most of them don't read. So to be able to visually see Jesus speaking in their language goes straight to the heart. Don't put any limits on God, and don't limit yourself. If he's calling you into missions, near or far, or whatever he's asking you to do, taking those steps of obedience will just open up an amazing new world of opportunity and privilege.
Yep.
And saying yes to God on this past year has been like the most amazing experience. Just seeing God working with people who have such a passion of sharing the gospel. and explain the importance of it. I mean, that's the Great Commission. That's what we're here for.